888-238-54. BashawConcrete.com.
Legacy Heating and Cooling is sounding the call. Don't struggle through winter with a furnace you can't trust. For maintenance before winter strikes, call Legacy. Call Legacy. For furnace tune-ups and repairs to give peace of mind. Call Legacy. Or to scrap your old furnace for a brand new high-efficiency one. Call Legacy. Call Legacy. And with no payments, no interest for 1 year on your new furnace, it's gotta be Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Backed by popular demand, Folsom Prison Revisited. The story of one of the greatest concerts in history returns to the Jubilee Auditorium. November 22nd. Step back in time before, during, and after this iconic Johnny Cash performance, featuring Devin Brain from $1 Million Quartet and an all-star band. You'll relive an event that changed the life of Johnny Cash and changed music forever. Tickets at Ticketmaster.ca and at the Jubilee box office. Brought to you by Stars and Stories Live.
This is Sports 1440 and the all-new Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:02. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas. We got Josh Fenwick and Sam the Intern with you here from the Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Mall. Not the nicest day out, but still a good day to be alive. The text line 1-833-401-1440. Also streaming on YouTube. You can chat there. Sports 1440 AM. Fantasy Frenzy is brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Check out online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Hope everyone's having a great hump day. We're midway through the week. Duke, you're essentially halfway done your week. I'll be there at like 2:15 or so with the halfway mark for me. And then we got college football, NFL, Oilers hockey getting a little bit closer. Jays playoff action on the weekend. It's going to be great. We got the Tigers and the Guardians getting ready to go out in... So that's in the land?
It's in the land. They won the division.
In the land, but they lost the game yesterday.
They did.
What's going on?
I mean, Tarek Skubal was absolutely nails.
That helps, they say.
You got having a bona fide ace to essentially guarantee you a win in what's just a 3-game series. Not too bad of a spot to be in. You could say the same for the Red Sox, who also won on the road with their ace having himself a dandy of a day.
Fell behind 1-0, as they say in football. Came back and won. Speaking of football, Liverpool lost in Champions League yesterday, which was a little disappointing. That's 2 straight.
Sorry that happened to you.
For the Reds. Well, I'm not a diehard as much as some of the other people in this town are, but I like to lend my support, and hopefully they can turn that around. Duke, big news of the day. Connor Ingram acquired by the Edmonton Oilers for future considerations. Essentially nothing. We'll see if it turns into anything, but everyone knows the story of Connor Ingram. Unfortunately, lost his mother and went into got help from the league last season. Prior to that, spent some time with the Preds organization, then was with the Arizona Coyotes. Had a pretty good season way back in 2023, 2024. Last year, with the move to Utah, the numbers went down a little bit, but he was going through some stuff. And by all accounts, he's taking care of himself and doing better. And that's the best news that came from that whole situation, that he is doing better. And now with the Edmonton Oilers. Duke, this was... we talked about it quite a bit last week on the show.
Yeah.
And some people said, don't disrupt what you have. Other people said, you got to upgrade. On the on the Gregor show, when we talked about it, I was okay with the move. I thought, why not go make that claim? You have to try to improve your goaltending. And, high tide raises all ships, something with that. Cream rising to the-
A rising tide lifts all ships.
There you go. Close enough. The high tide.
I thought you were trying to say something about low tide.
Well, a high tide still does lift the ships. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I like it. I think a good opportunity for Connor Ingram here. How many goalies around the league would probably say, if I had to go play on one team, the Oilers might be a good landing spot for me. And so we're going to have lots of coverage throughout the day about that move for the Edmonton Oilers. Kevin Woodley's going to do a special edition hit for us at 2:20 on the Gregor Show to break it all down and analyze his game and what he's seen from him in the past. Still just 28 years old. So interesting move by the Edmonton Oilers. Duke, you're not an Oilers fan. You're an Oilers commentator. What do you think of the addition?
Well, it's a flyer, right? It's an incredibly low risk move. You give up future considerations. You get Utah to retain $800,000 of the cap hit. So essentially, it's huge, especially when he's being assigned to Bakersfield. That it's not going to count against anything that you're going up. And so when we talked about this last week, Connor, it kind of came up over the course of our conversation about, putting in a waiver claim as opposed to waiting and seeing and then maybe acquiring him via trade. And really the only the negative of that was the potential of giving up assets to getting a guy that you could get for free on the waiver wire. Well handled by Stan Bowman and company, that you still don't give up any assets. You get salary retention, and now he can report directly to Bakersfield, having already cleared waivers. Whereas, upon acquisition, that complicates the process a little bit of if you want to see him in NHL games and et cetera, et cetera. So it's a chance for him to try and, reassert himself as an NHL caliber goaltender. The numbers last year he did play were not very flattering. He's a guy that's already won a Bill Masterton trophy in his career, so has shown that resiliency and that ability to bounce back from hardship, from adversity. I'm curious. It's about as low risk of an option as you can get, and I think the reward. I'm not going to come out here and say that he can save the Oilers' goaltending situation, but it's an option and maybe creates a little internal competition. We'll see. I don't see it having a huge impact, particularly in the short term for the Oilers, but it does open up some options as the season kind of progresses, if nothing else.
Yeah, and I think it's human nature. Like if you are just that, hey, you have a job, there's, maybe you're not getting pushed. So maybe this is just a little bit of a push for Stuart Skinner, Calvin Pickard. He's a great backup goaltender, but if you can just get a little bit more out of your other guys, or if Connor Ingram comes in and proves he's the better goaltender, well then, hey, this is professional hockey. It's not about your feelings. It's about winning hockey games, results-driven business, all that sort of thing. So if it's going to help this hockey team, Oilers fans will get on board. We've seen that before. I can think of a few players who have come to Edmonton and fans said, we don't necessarily like this person or like that move, and then score a goal, just have a fight, big hit. Like, okay, he's cool.
Sports fans are about the easiest people to win over in the world. All you have to do is have success.
Just be good.
Play well, contribute to team success, and people that were cursing your name and absolutely disparaging you upon arriving in a market, in a city, they'll do about a 180 heel turn as quickly as you can say, Sam, I am.
180 heel turn. Terry Texas, red till I die. YNWA. Do you know what that means?
Say that again.
YNWA.
YNA till I die?
YNWA. It's in the text line from Harry if you want to open it up.
I was just in the process of opening the text line on my laptop computer.
It's a phrase commonly said
by
fans.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
YNWA. You no,
Don't
two
tell him,
different
Harry.
no's.
Okay, don't look at the screen.
I have no idea. I've never heard this before.
You'll never walk alone. The mantra of Liverpool fans. So if you're on social media,
I
you say,
thought this was something about the Connor Ingram.
Oh, no. I mean, I just threw it at you just because the text came in from Harry, who is clearly a fan of Liverpool. You were going to pick a EPL team last year.
I did.
You? Who's your squad?
Villa. Because they're the villains, which I like. Now, have I followed up on that and tried to immerse myself in Premier League in any way whatsoever? No. But this might be a slow burn.
You have a team.
I have a team.
That's the commitment.
Go Villains. MC Ren's favorite team.
Oh, really?
Well, no, but his nickname was the Villain.
Okay. Well, there you go. Some news from the NFL. If you're, You saw James Conner go down. You're like, oh, Trey Benson, lock it in. There's my move. He's done. He's going to the IR as well. Now, he could return this season, but not a great loss for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, they've got a few questions. Michael Carter, the former New York Jet, is one option you could go for, or Amari DeMercado. Also, Bam Knight. Now, I picked up Amari because in one of my leagues, my running back depth is awful. And it's a flyer. It's a buy low type situation. Not going to start him. I'm going to monitor the situation. Maybe he has a big game. Like, okay. Maybe he finds
in the mix for next week.
Yeah, maybe he takes Cortland Sutton's spot in our fantasy league. Should say, in the Fantasy Frenzy League, Duke, we did hold off Triple C in a truck.
Nice.
For a big win. It was
What's our record?
3-1.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's been an okay start. I'll take a look right now at the league as a whole. We have the Defenders and Northside Jason, who are both 4-0. That puts Always Running in Philly, Triple C in a truck, and us in second or third spot, I suppose. He has the advantage because he's more points scored than we do. We're actually kind of that team right now, Duke.
Not the highest point total, but a 3-1 record.
Like if you point total wise, we're like 7th. But if you go record wise, tied for second or tied for third, whatever you want to look at it. But Deanocracy, 0-4 on the season so far. Playbook Vic, our baseball champion, 1-3. MTR, 2-2. And this week, we've got Northside Jason, a chance to dethrone the number one team. Loaded roster. I mean, Josh Allen's putting up points. He got the Patriots on Sunday Night Football. That should be a fun one. Jamar Chase, Pittman, Kyron Williams, Tony Pollard, Dalton Kincaid. Maybe his best pick, Emeka Egbuka in the flex. So we might have to make some decisions. Terry McLaurin, questionable. Good news for Commanders fans or Jaden Daniels owners. He's going to draw back into the lineup against the Chargers this week. I was really hoping he just rested for one more week, but looks like he's going to be good to go. So that's kind of your fantasy report from today. Not too many crazy moves happening in the NFL as of yet. I guess we just keep on waiting as the teams practice today. We'll hear reports on Thursday and Friday as well. Dylan Gabriel, starter in Cleveland. I don't know if that changes anything. They're going away from Joe Flacco. This was like the scenario, Duke, we had talked about. But this is way before. I think in all my scenarios, I'm like, well, they'll probably run him till the bye week and then put in their starting quarterback. Nope. 4 weeks in. Sorry, Joe.
See you, buddy.
You're out. And here comes the quarterback carousel, potentially.
Potentially. Now, I'll throw this to you, Connor, and I'd love your thoughts on it. Joe Flacco relegated to backup to the bench. Are there any other QB hungry teams out there that look at him as an option?
Yeah, but I don't think they make the trade. I don't think you're trading in division to Cincinnati.
Well, what about someone else?
Baltimore? Lamar Jackson could miss.
Lamar Jackson cooked. No, potentially hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, reunion there. Because who else is it still Tyler Huntley? That can't be the case.
No, Stu Huntley is somewhere else. But I don't know who it is. Because Lamar Jackson is just usually
Mr. Well, I shouldn't even say Mr. Reliable because, I mean, we saw Snoop Huntley make a Pro Bowl a couple years ago.
Cooper Rush.
I did know that. It was on the tip of my tongue. Good looking. So
what a rush.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cooper Rush is actually a better option than Joe Flacco at this point.
Probably
that one interception on Sunday was pure comedy.
Actually, you know who's on the Ravens practice squad? Tyler Huntley.
He likes it there.
Per our lads. I thought he signed with the Browns. Wasn't he there for a little bit?
I believe he was, but he's probably back there because he's like, man, the Browns kind of suck.
I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Come get me. And then the Ravens are like, okay, we will. So, yeah, that's an interesting situation. I don't know. I don't know if Flacco at this point, like, who else would take him? Who's quarterback needy? And at that point, would you rather try to go to, like, New York and get Jameis Winston? Or is just Jameis too beloved in that QB room now?
Maybe Russell Wilson becomes available.
And who'd you rather have? Joe Flacco or Russell Wilson? And at that point, should you just be tanking?
Based on what maybe that helps you tank, putting one of those guys in. But the Saints are the only smart team in the NFL. Like, we're terrible. We don't need a backup, a veteran quarterback.
No.
Spencer Rattler, go out there and absolutely ruin your career by adding on to what was an 0-7 record coming into the year.
Is it 0-9 now, or is it more now?
It's got to be more than that. They've lost 4 games. So, and go 0-16 and help us pick at the top of next year's draft. Thank you for your service, Spencer Rattler. We'll keep you on as a backup.
Along the way, Connor gets 2 free lunches.
Exactly.
If it happens. What would I go for? Wow, Josh just gave me the middle finger. Good thing he's not on YouTube.
Do you sincerely think that putting Dylan Gabriel in at quarterback, and I'm not talking about long-term development, sizing up, do you think that he gives the Browns a better chance to win football games right now than Joe Flacco does?
Probably not. But I kind of think that they saw what happened with Jackson Dart and was like, okay, well, maybe we got to give him a look.
We talked about this before the year started, that I didn't understand the method to put it to starting Flacco at all, especially when you drafted 2 quarterbacks. We figured they would get there. We figured they'd get there eventually. Here we are, week number 5. He's going to be starting.
Now, when you go back to his time, like Dylan Gabriel spent a lot of time in college. 3 years at UCF, 2 years at Oklahoma, and then went on to Oregon. Do you know who that's kind of a similar path as?
Bo Nix.
Yeah, but also Cam Ward, who played all over the place, right?
Yeah.
Played a lot of college football. Statistically, his career high in interceptions at the collegiate level, what would you guess would be the number? Going back to his time starting as a true freshman.
How many games did they play in a college season?
13.
16.
7. That's the most he ever threw as a true freshman. So maybe like ball security, decision making could be good. This is the NFL. I get that. But maybe, and 29 touchdowns, 32 touchdowns. He threw 155 college touchdowns compared to 32 interceptions. So granted, 1 year he played 3 games and threw 3 picks to go along with his 9 touchdowns. It was a 3-to-1 ratio. You'll take that. I'm intrigued by it. That gives Browns fans a little more something to pay attention to.
100%. If nothing else, it gives the Browns in market. And listen, this game's going to be in London, which is I think an extra tough spot for a quarterback to be making his first start. Not because the environment's raucous or anything, but it's the travel, the adjusting to the time zone, the jet lag. A very good Vikings defense.
Yeah,
they're kind of doing the Jackson Dart scenario where they're like, just go out there and play. We're not trying to ease you in here and throw you a softball of, like you said, maybe coming off of a bye week. Easier opponent like what the Giants would have with the Saints here coming up this weekend. They're just saying, no, it's time. Get out there, show us what you can do. Try and earn yourself another week as a starter.
I was talking to loyal listener Lance, and he was asking about Survivor Pool, and I kind of threw the name out, the Vikings. And he's coming off that game, well, the Browns got to travel. The Vikings should be acclimated to the time zone a little bit better here. And now the Dylan Gabriel news, maybe that's something. That defense is frisky. You've been on board with them all season long. That's going to give them chances, but something to look at.
Mm-hmm.
He also said that I was too indecisive. Can you ask Brandon who he should pick as a starter or a survivor? And I said, Brandon's not in the league anymore.
He's out. So why would you ask him?
Taking digs. Hey, Connor, long-time listener, longer-time friend, Bryce. I have a fantasy hockey draft tonight. I'm big on Matthew Schaefer. Should I not be? Well, I'm big on Schaefer as well. If so, where Andy I can steal him? 3 forwards, 2 defense, 1 goalie keeper league, 14-man league. Bryce, hope your finger's doing okay. Heard the bad news. I don't know if we've got any updates on that, Duke. You're the resident hockey fan. Do you want to give Bryce any advice?
He's fine.
Is this your league too?
No, I'm not in this league.
Ouch.
3 forwards, 2D, 1 goalie keeper league. So a keeper league implying that all the big names are not available because they would have been held from previous year.
Reach.
How big's the bench?
14-man league.
Well, I think that means how many players are in the league.
That's probably true. 14-man team league.
I would think you should be able to get him pretty late. His first overall pick, that always comes with a lot more hype, but he is a defenseman, is playing on a really bad Islanders team that is going to struggle to score goals. I'm high on him as well, but for keeper considerations, he's worth drafting. I don't know. Like I said, this is always a tough kind of format of a question because we don't know what players are available, how many guys, how big your bench is. There's a number of factors, but I mean, am I jumping for him in the first 3 or 4 rounds? Probably not. I think there's got to be better names out there. But don't expect to find him at Mr. Irrelevant like the last round of the draft. He'll be gone.
My only qualm with him is the number
48.
48.
It's training camp number.
Is it? He's number.
No. But like I'm saying, he picked it. That's going to be his number.
Yeah.
But it is a training camp number. Like that is a number that you just get assigned by the trainers with the expectation you're being pigeon tossed to Bridgeport in a week.
I think the only player I've seen like get their number was McDavid at rookie camp.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, you're 97. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Draisaitl was like 8 or something, 18. I don't know. It was like I went on a little streak of posting like pictures about and giving like stats along people on Facebook on the Gregor Show page, and I would use their rookie camp picture. So it'd be the wrong number, and so many people got mad.
Just furious.
That's not him. I'm like, yeah, it is actually. Ethan Bear on the Islanders too, wearing number 74 for those keeping track at home. We'll take a break here. When we come back, we will get into all these questions about fantasy football. Some good ones coming in here. I see Cam, Cat Dad, JP, Miguel, Stulo, Soggy Corpse, and a few others. And also, if you do want to get in our Fantasy Frenzy hockey box pool, $20 to Connor at sports1440.ca. You can e-transfer that. I will send you the link. If you have sent us the money, I've sent you a link. If you haven't got it, check your junk mail, because it's probably coming from Office Pool's direct website. There's a bunch of people that have not joined but have been invited. So if you've paid the money, you're like, hey, where's my link? Check your junk mail. And if it's not there, I can send you another one as well. We'll take a break. More questions we'll get back. Keep them rolling in. 1-833-401-1440 here on Sports 1440, streaming on Sports 1440's Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram accounts. Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
You'll see us digging holes. No, we're not looking for buried treasure. You'll see us digging trenches as well. And no, we're not building a fort. We're GS Construction, and you'll see us in neighborhoods throughout the Edmonton area. So what are we doing? GS Construction provides rehabilitation and upgrade services to Edmonton and surrounding communities. Some of our underground utilities have served us for years and are past their useful lives. We replace them, so they're around for years to come. Find out more at gsconstruction.ca.
While the players gear up for the new season, make sure you gear up your snack game with Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
Okay, this jumbo bag of beef jerky should last the preseason.
Whoa. Wilhauk has more than just beef jerky. There's smoked sausage and pepperoni products, too.
Well, how about we have jerky for Eastern opponents and pepperoni sticks when we face the Western teams?
Now that sounds like a Will Hockey game plan.
Wilhauk Beef Jerky, because you don't win games with salad. Only available in Leduc.
Listen up, because you're not going to want to miss this. Right now is your chance to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Performance by Action Electrical today. Their projects team kicked things off, designing and building with unmatched skill.
Then the service team swoops in for those crucial repairs and maintenance. And don't forget the testing team, ensuring everything's safe and sound before the solar team scores with sustainable energy.
A complete team effort. Have Action Electrical bring home a win for you and your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
At Fountain Tire, we're fluent in saving you money.
Fluent?
Yes, we've mastered the language of deals. Like right now, you can save up to 25% off select tires and up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Plus, $50 off $150 service when you buy those tires. All until October 18th.
I'm sorry, I don't speak deals.
Spend less, save more when you buy Round Black things from us.
Oh, got it.
Restrictions apply. Book your appointment online today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Groceries, mortgage payments, family holidays, a new car. That's what profit shares look like for Vision Credit Union members. Each year, we return about 75% of our profits, $35 million last year, to the people who bank with us. Because at Vision Credit Union, when you're an owner, you get your share. Why not get yours? Learn how at whatsyourshare.ca. That's whatsyourshare.ca.
Coming up on Icy Road Drivers, Canadians face the repercussions of an early frost. Will this be a bump in the road, bring a stop to their journey? Or did they get an early reminder? that it was time to beat the rush and schedule an expert service appointment at their local Toyota dealer. Because it's time to swap those tires, get that oil checked, and store those summer tires until warm days return. Book your appointment today and ready your Toyota for the road ahead.
The pedigree of a championship team is solid planning. Set yours with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Edmonton's only sports radio station, Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:25. Welcome back. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky here on Sports 1440. Also streaming on our YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram channel. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas with you here. October 1st, best month of the year, baby.
You love Halloween.
Halloween. We decorated last night in the house.
It's not even Thanksgiving yet.
Yeah, it's October. Counts. Well, what do you say for Christmas? It's not even December 14th yet. You know, December 1st.
Well, for me
allowed.
personally, I would say it's not even Christmas Eve yet.
It's not even Christmas Eve yet.
That's when you got to get the
It's not
tree
even.
up.
It's not even Hanukkah yet.
That's when you get the tree up.
Oh, really?
Christmas Eve.
One day? Well, you go chop it down from Douglas Farms.
Yeah, a nice poplar.
Here's a quick question for you. When you kill the cows,
right,
for eating purposes, is it an annual event? Like, is there a time when the calendar gets done, or is it just like a rotation?
Yeah, it depends because, well, if you're sending them to a butcher, or sometimes we have butchers come, and it depends if it's like an actual feeder animal or say like a cull cow that you're just turning into hamburger, then they're whenever. But you think about it, because they're usually born sometime between January and say April, for simplicity's sake. You raise them for about a year and change, and then once they're finished, like finished as in the meat is properly marbled, they're big enough. It's the process. It's usually around summerish, but that can easily be into the fall if you feed them for a little bit longer. So no, at least at our place, there's no like set time. It's just whenever they're ready or needed.
Round tripper for the Guardians.
It's a dinger.
If you're watching on YouTube, I did the touchdown sign, but then I followed it with the take a trip around the bases. George Valera. Exit velocity 81.5 miles per hour. Launch.
Not the hardest home run you've ever seen hit.
38 degrees. Distance 2 feet.
Wait,
is that a typo?
That can't be right.
That's not a home run. You can't trust science every time, can
the
you?
stat cast is broken.
Guardians take a 1-0 lead. Shout out to Cleveland.
Must-win game.
Do it for the land. Couple of people sending some entry fees. Thank you, Bad Niv. Entourage, I'm looking. I don't see it, but I will scroll through my e-transfers as well. I wish there was a easier way on my app to just scroll through, things that have happened, transfers, but it's not. But we'll take a look, and I got your email. I think we got a few more people that are going to be joining this as well. For those who don't know, Fox Pool, you pick your roster, and then you just watch it for the rest of the season. It's on Office Pools. Very simple, and then half the money's going to go to charity. I think we decided on the Canadian Cancer Society, and while my efforts this weekend, and they call it the Run for the Cure, but I think we're just walking the 5K.
Will you trot at any point?
Just at the finish line. Just for a photo.
Yeah, the way.
And I'll hold the number one up.
You got like right before you come around the last corner, like even just jog on this, get a little bit of a sweat going to make it look like you worked hard.
Maybe it'll
during
rain.
it.
Mask it a little.
Bring a water bottle, a spray bottle, just
quick shot. I'll be pushing Benny, so there'll be a little resistance.
Right.
But big thank you to everyone who's already got in on this one. It's always fun to do the box pool, follow along the entire season, unless injuries take down your team, which has happened. But Duke's getting in on it this year, so that in itself is something to watch out for. Now, let's go into the inbox for Elks Nation. 2 weekly podcasts with Grey Cup champion Eddie Steele and Chuba Hubbard tackler Declan Kruger. The most in-depth EE football coverage you're going to find out there now, right now, bye week, so not too much going on. But the boys lots of great content that they're putting out there. Stories from Eddie's career, some really good stuff there. So check it out at elksnation.ca, get the articles and then the podcast, or on YouTube. Check it out. Trust me, for the green and gold fans out there. Now, we'll go back to the very beginning. Soggy Corp said, I dropped the Ravens defense for the Browns. I know I love them too much, but tell me, was this a good move despite being a homer? Soggy Corpse. I think a lot of people have moved on from the Ravens defense.
Second straight year, really bad start.
Could it
really
get better?
bad.
Maybe you're monitoring the waiver wire for if it gets back on track. Browns defense is solid, man. Myles Garrett is an absolute animal. Like, he's a psycho, and I mean that in the best possible way. So I don't think that is a bad move. There is that potential of the Browns offense sputtering and the defense getting trotted out there tons and getting fatigued.
Oh, another 3 and out.
Yeah.
Shocker.
But also, a very good team defensively. So I don't hate the move. Depending on who their opponent is, maybe it gets a little iffy, but that defense, they're going. Stulo said, which goalie do you think Ingram is most likely to replace if he works out? I worry that Pickard is a huge part of that dressing room, and if Ingram isn't a sizable upgrade, maybe it will throw off the vibe in the room. Schlemmer could probably speak to this. Well, that came in earlier, and then Stulo had asked you to turn the radio off. I don't know if you guys got to that one. I think winning games is what gets people excited. And if we're talking in huge hypotheticals, if something happened and, Ingram came in and was an upgrade and they moved on from Calvin Pickard or whatever it might be, yeah, it would probably be a loss. But you know what? Tyson Barrie was really well liked in the room as well. Oh, my goodness. Guardians were about a foot away from having another home run, but it was not. It was just a pop out. I think that, winning hockey games is what's going to keep people happy. So if there's an upgrade, you make it, in my humble opinion. Miguel says, hey, boys, I desperately need help at receiver. I've got McConkey, Higgins, and Metcalf. Someone offered me Jerry Jeudy and Matthew Golden for Hubbard. Do I say no? Also, do you think Godwin will be any good? I think Godwin will be good. Jerry Jeudy with a rookie quarterback, I'm unsure. I have Jerry Jeudy on my team, and due to injuries, he might get a look. And also, Calvin Ridley might get a look due to injuries and buys this week, which is absolutely crushing me. I'm not looking forward to that one. I feel almost like saying it's too soon to make that move. Matthew Golden, we're still waiting for his breakout performance, right? Jerry Jeudy, he's probably going to get targeted. Like, it seems like a safe move for a new quarterback. Get your best receiver involved early. But how much of an upgrade is that over McConkey, who I think is still going to pay off? Metcalf had a big game last week.
Moving on from, I guess you'd probably have to move on from one of those receivers to get another running back.
If you're bringing those guys in, if you're going to play them, guys are going to the bench. So
it's a good point.
I don't know. I think McConkey's going to bounce back. Terrible game last week. No doubt about it. Hasn't been a great start. But I think he'll get more involved.
Yeah, the players you're bringing in, they're kind of flyers too. Like Jeudy, huge question mark in that Cleveland offense because it could be as inept gets. And like you said, when Golden came in super high profile, I was really high on him. In a good Green Bay offense with a lot of mouths to feed, he's kind of still sitting there with his bowl held up saying, please, sir, can I have some more? I think maybe you stand pat.
Yeah, I'm thinking so
Hold
too.
the line.
Hope your guys bounce back. And
hope that the Bengals get a quarterback.
Yeah, that's it as well for Higgins. Bad news, just asking about the money. Did you guys not get it? I looked at my app and it wasn't working. So I'll confirm later on via text to you guys that if it came or did not come. JP says, is there not a better quarterback for the Bengals? Well, yeah, JP. I think we've all been hammering that Jameis Winston drum to try to get him out of the Giants organization. Obviously, Russell Wilson was their starter. Jackson Dart was backup. He's in there now. If things go wrong and, something were to happen, would they go back to Russ or they want to keep Jameis for that reason? I don't know. If I was the Giants and I'm the Bengals, it just seems like that's a perfect deal to be made. There's also if you want to take that shot, Kirk Cousins, but his contract's huge. So that can complicate things.
And guess
as well.
who, if you had to pick a team that absolutely is not interested in taking on inflated salaries.
It's
the Bengals.
Is Cousins one year left on his?
Because I remember when they signed the deal, people were all up in arms, but it was essentially a 2-year deal with then potential to be a 3 or 4 year. And that's just trying to rack my brain on memory. Maybe it was a 3-year deal that could have been a 4, but I think this is the year where most of the money is due.
So, yeah, his cap number this year is 40. In the next 2 years, 57 mil. You can cut him. And I believe you would save 35 mil this year and then 12 mil the following year. What a bad contract. Good for Kirk Cousins, though. Get that money, man. Yeah, I don't know what that plan might be. Cat Dad also mentioned, being acclimated to the London time zone. Yeah, I agree. I had brought that one up too. That probably helps them. Ooh. Cam says, I need advice. Starters include Jalen Hurts, Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Quentin Johnson, Emeka Egbuka, Travis Kelce, Cooper Kupp, and Devontae Smith, I believe, as your flex guys. Bench is Stafford, Diggs, Higgins, Goddard. What would you guys do? Kind of just probably leave it status quo.
Henry, McCaffrey, as opposed to no one. No running backs.
I don't love Cooper Kupp week to week, but I still think I'd ride with him up ahead of Higgins and Diggs probably.
Dallas Goddard's finding some red zone work here, and in an untraditional fashion too, with a couple of the weird shovel passes off the one fake tush push. And if you're playing Jalen Hurts, I think it's pretty at worst lateral if you're talking Kelce to Goddard, and then you do have the benefit of the stack too.
Yeah.
So I would maybe subbing Goddard for Kelce, although the Chiefs looked very chiefy again last week.
Yeah.
Beating up on the aforementioned bad Ravens defense.
Ravens defense getting cooked. Yeah, I'm with you. That would probably be the only move I'd consider, would be the tight end spot. BG says Drywar 55, his first rookie preseason game. That's the one I'm referring to. I was off a little bit, but thank you, BG. Just on the topic of that fake tush push and the play that went to Saquon, why are they busting that out week 4? That's a great
good
play.
Question. Yeah, getting into the bag a little too early, perhaps.
Now, I think maybe counterpoint. Teams have to now respect that. Shifts a guy to the outside just in case.
Makes the tush push that much easier.
Makes it right up the gut a little easier. But
if they keep cheating, it's unstoppable anyway, right?
Here's the key to the tush push.
Cheat.
We move a millisecond early. We beat them to the punch. And then we have a guy who squats 8,000 pounds.
Oh, and then
finish it off.
Behind him, a guy that squats 600 to 6,000 pounds.
They call him Quadzilla.
Yeah.
Those quads are going to come into use. He's going to push. Tiger says that Dollarama has Halloween and Christmas decorations the same time in October. Oh, don't you worry about that, Tiger. Duke and I know. We go there every day. What a shop. It's got it all. Jesse has 3 spots to fill. Wide receiver, running back, and flex. Who should I use out of these players? Jamar Chase, Chuba Hubbard, Quinshon Judkins, Addison, Pearsall, Juwan Johnson, and Elick Eyomanor. Well, I think you have to go Jamar Chase at receiver. Even though it's tough.
I'll be honest, in my keeper league, I was picking 3rd, drafted Chase there. I'm thinking about trying to explore the trade market for him.
Yeah. But it's you are selling quite low.
I don't care.
Okay. He's getting targets. But should it be more? That'd be my question. 6 targets against the Vikings in that huge loss. 8 targets last week against the Broncos. The previous week, 16 targets. That's what I'd be saying, guys. We got to at least try to get into this guy's hands. Double digits, minimum. So yeah, I guess you could probably go away from him. I'm gonna go Chase, Judkins, and Chuba. but I'm biased and I like to go running back in my flex if I have the opportunity. What do you think, Duke? Chase, Hubbard, Judkins, Addison, Pearsall, Johnson, Ayo Manor.
Yeah, you still have to play Jamar Chase like you do. Judkins in the flex, I would entertain Jordan. I think Jordan Addison. Although that Browns D, which we just talked about, I think either Addison or Pearsall if he plays. Thursday night game though, so kind of tough decision to make early in the week.
Yeah, that doesn't make it easier, does it?
No,
so many injuries.
Yeah, it is. I mean, maybe we say this every year because it's just like fresh in our minds. It's like injuries seem worse than ever this year.
Yeah, we say that every year.
Every year.
Oh man, my team is decimated by injuries. It happens every year. Bryce, just following up on his hockey pool. I don't have a 3rd or 4th round pick. Do I reach with a 2nd since I have 2, or pray for the 5th round?
Good question.
Reach.
He sent in some photos of like top players available, and it's like Phil Forsberg, Stola, like a couple goalies, Thomas, Robertson. I'm not seeing a defenseman among this top available until quite a ways down. I mean, if you get him with your second round pick, it is a reach, but one that could pay off. Just based strictly off of the screenshots he sent in about what defensemen are available. Like the first defenseman I'm seeing is nobody. Yeah, like there's not a single defenseman available on this listing of projected rankings of available players, which means the defenseman is pretty thin.
Reach.
That's reach for him.
Reach.
If you want, if you're that high on him, like go get the players you believe in.
That's it. Like the draft. Like when
the
Arizona Cardinals believed in, I was going to go
Josh
Rosen, but you and Jalen Reagor, good player. Not better than Justin Jefferson. Hey guys, half PPR redraft league trade opinion. HN, DJ Moore, Mark Andrews, Ford, Genty, McMillan, Pittman, J-Rod.
Half people. Yeah, who's J-Rod? He's J-Rod.
There you go.
It's from him. But the way this looked like it's in a list, and like J-Rod is part of the trade. I'm like, J-Rod for the Mariners?
The baseball player? Yeah. Okay, so HN, Moore, Andrews for Genty, McMillan, Pittman. I think HN's going to be a weapon. Tyreek Hill's done for the year. DJ Moore, I think, is going to get lost in the shuffle. And then Mark Andrews probably still got it. Genty, a riser. McMillan out. Pittman, a threat.
I don't think I in a redraft league, I think the HN Moore Andrews side of this has more upside.
Yeah, I like Genty, but I think that McMillan is going to get lost in the shuffle as well when the Bucks get healthy.
Oh, but it is a Tet McMillan.
Why am I always going to yeah, okay, well now
but even still, like bad offense has shown flashes, but like Genty, he popped off last week against the Bears. Not every team has as bad of a run defense as the Bears do. The future, like if this was a keeper league, decide getting Genty McMillan for sure, but I'm not sold.
Yeah, I think you get 2 starters if you get Andrews and HN versus one
and a pretty good flex spot.
Yeah,
as DJ Moore or like bye week replacement, injury replacement. Like he's not like sometimes you have guys on your bench and you're like it would take a lot of things need to happen for him to be a meaningful fantasy impact player. DJ Moore can be. He's on the field almost every snap. It's just a crowded offense.
Yeah. Bad Captain says, I can't believe people are saying Pickard should or could be upgraded. He's not our problem. It's not his play. Yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, but if you can improve any position, should you do it? I would say yes. It's unfortunate. It's a part of the biz. But yeah, like if you were saying, how do we fix the Oilers? What's the problem? I'm not saying, well, you got to address backup goalie. Bad cap. I would agree with you on that part. Morning, guys. Just curious, you may not know or the answer, but with Podkolzin returning from Russia after the family crisis, do you think Cates sends a plane, the Oilers charter, or private jet for him? When he comes home, commercial flights would be at least 2 to 3 layovers. It's a good question.
I have no idea.
Yeah, couldn't tell you. I know a lot of times like the owners will lend their jets out for those types of things. So there's probably a good possibility, but can't confirm.
And if anything else, obviously the personal side of it, dealing with the loss in your family and all of that, you want to be as accommodating to the players as possible. But also like the Oilers want him back here as quick as possible. He's on the team, right? And regular season starts in a week. So they obviously giving him his time to take care of family matters and grieve. But if they're like, oh yeah, it's going to take you 2 full days to get back because of layovers and things, tell you what, here's a chartered plane.
Yeah. Just make it simple.
Make it easy, make it simple, get him back here as quickly as possible to reacclimate time zone wise, get back amongst his teammates and get back on the ice too. Because like I said, there is absolutely a personal side here. I'm not trying to gloss over that, but he's still a player on the team and he's an important player. Just sign him to an extension. They like what they got.
Yeah. I mean, hey, and anything you can do to make like such a terrible time in his life a little easier, you'd be wanting to do that.
What's worse than having a loss in your family? Sitting in an airport for 2 days straight, connecting from Russia back to Edmonton.
Exactly. Yeah,
so
that's a good question. I would assume they helped out as best they could. Very quickly, MTR just says no Humphrey for the rest of the year. Roquan for a while. Lamar out most likely. Ravens might be cooked.
It's crazy. Whose division is it? Steelers?
And that's what I was gonna say. They might be okay because that division might let them hang around.
The division, that's a weird division because the Bengals should be good, but they're just not.
Well, no Burrow. No Burrow, no good.
If anything, this just proves, if we didn't already know it, that maybe Joe Burrow should have won the MVP last year, even though the Bengals didn't make the playoffs.
Maybe.
Because now without him, they get blown out. They're terrible.
Or like they were, maybe. I don't know. He was a stud last year. Offensive player of the year.
By definition of the award, most valuable to your team. Yeah, I think he had a strong case to be made.
Just had to make the playoffs.
I'm 100% a believer that MVP should be at least in a playoff team, if not a top finishing team, whatever. A lot of things go into it, but man, looking at the Bengals now compared to when Joe Burrow's playing, it is stark. It is stark in terms of its contrast.
We got a break. When we come back, more text. Let you know what's coming up on the Lowdown and the Jason Greger Show. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on our YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram accounts, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Action Electrical's projects team takes the field, folks, ready to execute the entire play for new commercial builds.
Absolutely. They're masters of design, build, sketching strategy from initial blueprints to core electrical infrastructure. The team never misses on complex projects.
Known for handling big league constructions and major renovations, ensuring flawless execution, hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantor, proudly delivering world-class hydraulic torque wrenches in Canada since 2016. I'm thrilled to announce our in-house production of tool components and accessories for faster turnarounds and enhanced versatility. The future is here at Cantor.com.
No fluff, no fillers, just pure entertainment. Sports 1440 brings the heat with bold opinions, big personalities, and Edmonton's fiercest fans. This is your turf. This is Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
While the players gear up for the new season, make sure you gear up your snack game with Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Okay, this jumbo bag of beef jerky should last the preseason.
Whoa. Will Hawk has more than just beef jerky. There's smoked sausage and pepperoni products, too.
Well, how about we have jerky for Eastern opponents and pepperoni sticks when we face the Western teams?
Now that sounds like a Will Hockey game plan.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky, because you don't win games with salad. Only available in Leduc.
Ah, Hawaii. The warmth of a golden sunset as the waves roll in. The freshness of a waterfall. The lush scent of tropical flowers in the air. You don't need to travel to enjoy all Hawaii has to offer. You just need to order pizza. Bring Hawaii home with the Aloha Trio, available for a limited time at Papa John's. Try our classic Hawaiian, Super Hawaiian, or Hawaiian barbecue chicken for just $19.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, proudly locally owned and operated.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 25% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until October 18th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Planning your next event? Let Loca Quality Market cater. From made-to-order meals to gourmet platters to full chef tasting experiences, they make entertaining effortless. Visit loca.ca to start planning today.
A huge thank you for making Sports 1440 the most listened to sports radio station in Edmonton. From Gregor to Carius to Low Tide, we've got in-depth analysis on all your favorite sports. We are Sports 1440. Breaking down the co-captain, the assistant to the co-captain, the water boy, and the quarterback all in one play. Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. Thanks for checking out Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:50. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor, Halley, Brandon Douglas. We're on air. Our digital producer left, so I don't know if we're on YouTube right now. We will have to see.
Audio, if nothing else.
Audio, if you can hear us. This is my voice. It's like you're watching radio. We're back now. I know you missed us. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Fantasy Frenzy brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Immediately following us here on Fantasy Frenzy, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. Today on the program. Should be a good one. They got rumors at 12:20, and then Matt Colmack's going to join them. Talk a little Utah Mammoth. Declan has them as the Utah HC in his tweet. Is that retro, or did he forget? Kevin McCurdy.
How could you forget? They're the Mammoth.
It's Mammoth. Kevin McCurdy at 1, and then Daniel Nugent Bowman at 1:20, followed by Declan CAA. And then on the Gregor Show today, pretty jam-packed show. Mike Rupp's going to be by to kick off the show at 2 o'clock. You got all our NHL insiders back, baby. Kevin Woodley at 2:20, as we mentioned, special little guest. Talk about the news of the day. Connor Ingram to the oil organization. We'll have your Chuck by at 3:20. Cam Tate for his 2-minute warning. We got Spec, Ian Furness out in Seattle. We'll talk a little Kraken ahead of the game tonight. There's a game tonight.
Oilers. And you can watch it on Sportsnet Plus.
Woohoo.
Via the Kraken broadcast.
Do you
or Oilers Plus?
Do you have Sportsnet Plus?
Yeah.
Can you lend us your password?
Can't. Sorry. I'm a big believer in cyber privacy, cybersecurity.
Is it one view per account?
No.
Unlimited?
Like I can watch a game on my TV and a game on my laptop.
Oh.
Which I learned on Monday night I cannot do with my DAZN subscription.
You got the basic DAZN.
Yeah. What a joke.
Yeah, well, you should have spent more money.
So instead I just went split screen on the TV and was like, well, I guess I really need to renew my TSN subscription because I'd let it, my TSN Plus, I'd let it run out. Then the plans to renew it with the bundle for Crave.
HBO.
Great little package that Bell offers. But then when I went to renew it, it like just wouldn't work.
Oh,
it wouldn't work. So I'm just gonna try again. Maybe I just need to like input my personal info or whatever it is. I don't know. But anyway, so I just watched split screen Monday night. Thankfully, it didn't matter because both games were terrible. What did you think of the Dolphins' dark uniforms?
I like them. I thought
I like them a lot.
Yeah,
I love the helmets. I thought
it was a good look. Like a lot of teams, like when they do the alternates, like you got to go black. They did it and it looked good. Yeah, I like their rivalry jerseys or whatever they're calling them. Someone had asked, is Mari Dermercado a must add? That came in from Mark. Well, if you ask Carius or myself, yeah, we both rushed to grab him with the Benson news. I mean, hey, he's had an okay career. Undrafted out of TCU in 2023. So part of that Quentin Johnston team went to the Max Duggan.
Lualu Guak.
Yeah. Very cool. Davis as well. The Chargers, number 12. Kick returner. A few guys on that squad. Yeah, I mean, he's been with the Cards since then. 500. He averages 6.2 yards per carry. I'm going to say he'd be a good guy to add on your squad as a depth piece. If you need him, you could throw him in there. They have Michael Carter as well, but he's had less carries on the season. Straight out of Inglewood. I added him, so I'm going to say, yeah, I think I'd take a look at him. Maybe keep him on your bench and don't rush him in there immediately. But with James Conner down and now Trey Benson down for at least 4 games, I think if you're desperate, he would be a guy to go out and grab. Jason said, I'd ask you guys who you think I should put in this week, but I already know the answer. None of them.
What is that in reference to?
Was there a previous squad you had? Well, here's the thing. Mayor Daniels this week. I'd say always Daniels. But you're playing the Chargers, a little bit tougher.
Yeah, I still say Drake made nice performance last week, but they're going to Buffalo. Bills have kind of had the Patriots number since that turn of power. So Bills defense is not great, but more so in the run.
Mm-hmm.
They're not great against the run. So I would say Daniel still.
That means
he's the more dynamic player.
I mean, we saw what he could do last year all season long. Music means we're done. 23-hour break. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again. Up next, it is the Lowdown Flow Tide for the crew here. I'm Connor Halley. Thanks for listening. Let's get to a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, only available in Leduc. Check them out at wilhaukbeefjerky.com.
This is the Sports 1440 update.
Oilers have traded for Connor Ingram from the Utah Mammoth earlier today, with the Mammoth retaining $800,000 of Ingram's $1.95 million cap hit, with future considerations coming from the Oilers. Ingram has been assigned to the Bakersfield Condor by Edmonton. In other news, the Devils have reached an agreement with RFA Luke Hughes with a 7-year, $63 million contract extension. Oilers preseason continuing tonight as they head on to Seattle to take on the Kraken at 8 p.m. Some other games in the NHL see the Canucks and Flames hit the ice, the Avalanche facing off against the Golden Knights, and the Penguins head to Buffalo to take on the Sabres. MLB wildcard games continuing today. Guardians and Tigers currently going on, with the Guardians leading by a single run. Cubs look to move on against the Padres at 1 p.m. And in the AL wildcard, the Red Sox and Yankees getting underway at 4, and Dodgers and Reds continuing their series at 7 p.m. News from the NFL as the Cleveland Browns have benched Joe Flacco as they plan to start rookie quarterback Dylan Gabriel ahead of their game against the Minnesota Vikings. And Commanders quarterback Jalen Daniels has been medically cleared and is set to be a full participant in today's practice. Daniel has missed the last 2 games with a sprained knee. Coming up, it's the Lowdown with Low Tide here on Sports 1440, and this has been your Sports 1440 update with Sam Wilness.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
That's where we come in. For more on what we do, go to gsconstruction.ca.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantor. Since 2016, we've been at the forefront